Hi guys, and welcome to my December 2016 wrap-up. We are in 2017. That's crazy, but okay. I read 8 books in December. Okay, yes, they weren't all books, but still, that's something. Okay, let's get started, yeah. The first book I read this month was A Monster Calls by Ness. This was really due to the reason that the movie was coming out this month in Norway. I was planning to read it in a week, but I read it in one day because I stayed up really late to read it done because I couldn't put it down. It was so much fun. Not exactly fun, it was really sad. I cried. I never cry, so that is amazing. This book is basically about Connor, who gets a visit from this monster who is trying to help him basically cope with his mother's sickness, cope with sorrow and loss. There's this aspect in this book that I really liked, and that was my favorite parts of this book, and they always surprised me as much as they surprised the main character. And I can't explain this book enough, but I only heard good things about it before I read it, and it's definitely not overhyped because it was a really great book. Okay, I gave this 5 out of 5 stars, I think. I hope I did. And I also watched the movie, which will be in my movie wrap-up, so I will talk more about that movie then. And there's amazing illustrations in there by Jim Kay, who is also the same person who is illustrating the Harry Potter illustrated editions, if you like those. The illustrations here are powerful and dark and really fits the story and sets an atmosphere that's important. The next book I then read was The Chemist by Meyer, and as a person who loved Twilight, and I'm gonna read everything that Meyer ever writes, this was really interesting and sort of scary and exciting to go into. This book basically follows a woman who, for just like not to confuse everyone, let's just call her Alex, is on a run from the people she used to work for because they want to kill her, and then her paths crosses with other people. I can't really say too much. This is like sort of a book you should go in without knowing too much. Even the back, it doesn't say a lot at all. But basically, she's on a run. It is a spy agent actionful novel. It was interesting. It was nothing like Twilight, to say it like that. I liked it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. It wasn't like, it didn't blow my mind. It wasn't anything like I haven't read or seen before. The characters was a bit flat. I felt like they should have been shaped out more. It was funny at times. I laughed out loud. I thought it was funny. Sometimes I couldn't put the book down. Sometimes I wanted to put the book down because I was just like, this is boring. But it is like that with a lot of books. Like, not all books can be entertaining 24/7. As a person who has read and loved Twilight, I think you can read this book without having to love Twilight or having to hate Twilight. You could read this and enjoy this either way. For me, it was totally okay. I wasn't really disappointed. I wasn't let down, but I wasn't really surprised and super happy about it either. Does that make sense? I can't explain it. Ultimately, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. As I said, I liked it, but I didn't love it. The next book I read, I am calling it a book, but it's more like the screenplay for Fantastic Beasts. Let us just say that this cover is one of the most amazing covers ever. I don't really know though, because I liked the movie. I liked it a lot, and this was just like reading the movie again, and I don't know if I got more out of the story or not really, because I was hoping for some deleted scenes and some bonus material, but it was just really totally the same. It was really easy to read though, and I felt like, yes, you could like get the story one more time and get it fully through your head, but all the things that bothered me in the movie still bothered me in this screenplay, because of course it's the same thing, but you know, all the things that, for example, was if I was confused about something, I'm still confused about that, by reading this, so it didn't like clear up anything. But ultimately, of course, I liked it. Like, I liked the movie, so I liked this, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was really great, and I was really happy about it that I finished this, was The Great Hunt by Robert Jordan, which is the second book in the Wheel of Time series, which is like a 14-book series. And they are insanely thick. I've been listening to this on audiobook since August, the 3rd of August, I think, or like something like that. And then I sort of took a break, and then I finished it in December now, and I'm so happy I did it. It wasn't like the audiobook was boring, but this book, they're so heavy. This is heavy fantasy, and it sort of kills me to read it. But it's sort of amazing, and it's totally worth it, but it's exhausting. Which was why I decided to listen to it audiobook. I am amazed by myself that I managed to finish 2 Wheel of Time books this year, and we will see what 2017 brings. Wheel of Time is a big fantasy series about Rand and his friends that are sort of picked out into this big adventure. Really typical fantasy trope to start with, but there is so many elements that are so great and amazing, and the scale of this series, I can't even explain it or speak about it, but it is a classic. If you haven't heard about it, then just go away. This really picked up in the beginning. I was just like, meh. And then like in the middle, when I was in the middle, I couldn't just stop listening, and I just was so captured by the story. I was so happy after I finished it that I immediately started on the audiobook for the 3rd one. Malcolm Kramer and Kate reading are just amazing to audiobook. I don't even know the verb. I hope not to use 4 months on the next one. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, and I'm so excited to where the series will go now. I just can't. Now we go over to the mangas I read this month. The first one I read was Tokyo Ghoul Volume 1. I have watched the anime again, and I really liked it, and this was really similar to the anime, but I know that as we go further into the series, it changes rapidly. But I really like this. The artwork is amazing, and I'm so excited to read more of Tokyo Ghoul. I just love reading mangas. They're so much fun. They're so quick and fun, and the artwork is just amazing, and this is dark and gory, and I love it. A ghoul is basically a human that lives of human flesh. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. They're not humans, but they look like humans, and people know they're hiding among them, but they are not completely like, not everyone believes in it. So our main character becomes half ghoul-ish after certain events, and he needs to adjust that. Then things go crazy. As I said, I love this. 4 out of 5 stars. I definitely do recommend it. The next manga I read was Ajin Volume 1, which I don't know if I said this in my haul, I don't remember. These covers are definitely my favorite manga covers. They are so pretty. Jin is basically a person who is immortal, and there's really few of them in the whole world. Our main character finds out that he is one, and now is now on the run from everyone. It is so dark and so amazing, and it is so pretty. I love this so much. I love that. I've of course watched the anime, and I looking forward to dive more deeper into this. The last 2 mangas I read was Happiness Volume 1 and Happiness Volume 2, and as I said, I think in my haul, the only thing I knew about these before reading them was that they're about vampires, and I love diving into vampire stories because the vampire lore is always different, like what the vampires can do and not do, and how they like work, you know what I mean. And I love just diving into that. So our main character is turned into a vampire basically, and I thought that the story was gonna go in that way, but it went in that way, and I was just like, okay. The first one was really good, but I didn't think it was as good as the second one. I gave it 3 stars and gave this 4 stars, and I'm so looking forward to diving more into the story and see where it goes, because it is so interesting and it was so much fun. fun and I loved it. It is dark, it is rated for 16 plus and upwards because it is gory and it is a bit heated, but of course if you're a person under 16 that can totally handle that kind of stuff and you think you're mature enough, then go ahead honey, you can do what you want. Please leave a comment down below if you read any of these and if you like them or if what you read in December. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye!